Yo, what's up YouTube? Welcome to the Coffee Pod. My name is Chishi Zed.
Drink the coffee, it'll make you feel better.
I-19 had a secret romance with the 42-year-old bad boy at Panera Bread. He then went to prison. No more wasting time. Let's get it.
And that's actually the first night we had sex.
Okay.
It wasn't great. It felt very forceful on his end. Like he felt very strong. It felt very like I didn't have a lot of control over what was happening. He tells me, oh, it was great, whatever. And he actually ended up coming inside of me.
That's what I was about to ask. Was it protected sex? Yeah. Okay. Wow. So
and that's why I said it came out of nowhere.
No communication, no condom, no ask if you're on birth control, no anything.
And I was not on birth control because I had been single since my ex, and I stopped taking it because I hate birth control. So
what was going through his head?
I don't know. He just told me, he's like, I didn't think you would let it happen unless you were on the pill or like unless you were protected. And I'm just like, what? And then he informs me that he will not have an orgasm unless he's condom free and it's inside of someone. He won't orgasm from a hand job. He won't orgasm from your mouth. Like he is solely like inside of you without a condom. And I'm just like, okay. And I kind of don't say anything even though it really bothers me. And I think it's because I was so alone and isolated that I was so worried about losing this one person that made my world a little bit better.
Yeah, it was a perfect storm. So that first time you have sex, he says the orgasm thing, which insinuates we're going to have more sex when this will happen again. And this will happen again and again and again because I need to orgasm. And to do that, here's what needs to happen.
Yeah. And he told me that he doesn't need it. And that's kind of like another thing that was a red flag is like someone telling you like, I only orgasm if I'm in you, but like, I don't need it.
What a weird thing to say.
And that is such a batshit backwards thing to ever say to someone. It's the most confusing sentence I've ever heard. And so I wasn't necessarily under the full impression like it was going to happen again. I did feel like I remained some control over my body and that felt pretty good, but I didn't feel like I was in total control over everything because there was a clear power dynamic that I just now looking back, I understand. But in the time I was just like, we're equals.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So this was a discussion that was had on a podcast by these two women, and it was creating some controversy on TikTok. As always, we're going to check out some of these comments from people who are reacting to this conversation and their take on this story shared by the woman in this video. So the first comment here says, ladies, this is when you have a choice, ... And next comment says, but it takes two to tangle. This man asks, what's going through her head? So we've got another comment here that says, I don't say anything, even though I know, I believe that's what that's supposed to say, even though I know it's bothering me. The commenter goes on to say, well, then all that's her fault. Speak up, and if he doesn't comply, cut him off. And someone responded and said, nah, she'd rather destroy his life later. Next, we have another comment here that says, as a 41-year-old, I gotta say, I hate that happened, but would love to hear his side. I mean, the guy wasn't a complete stranger, right? Someone responded and said, facts. Next, we got another comment here that says, the vocal fry is heavy with this one, followed by next comment. You gotta realize when you're getting played. Next, this commenter says, no such thing as a 42-year-old bad boy. Guy was just taking risk. Next comment, she allowed it and had control also. And finally, our last comment here says, what was going through his head? Can we share some responsibility here? And a response from another man who says, all the man's fault. She takes no responsibility at all. What do you guys think of this story that was shared with this woman? Do you think that the responsibility in this conversation was equally shared? And also, do you think that the power imbalances here were off? As always, curious to know what you guys think. Leave your comments down below. Appreciate you for checking out another episode of the Coffee Pod. Till next time, peace.